Well, a long time no make video, but it's February 5th here, and you can see we got the trailer, and I am on my way to Kibble in Montevideo, Minnesota here. We're kind of taking the back way because it was only 1 minute slower to take the back roads instead of the freeway. And in my experience, it only takes one goofball to screw up the freeway. So we're going up the back way. We're in Hutchinson right now. We just stopped for lunch, and it's pretty good. So now we're back on the way to Montevideo. Been really busy moving into our new house, but we're on our way to get something for the house. I'll let you guys guess until we get there, and hopefully it's solid and we can load it up and take it today. Oh, we made it. Maybe, just maybe, if we really believe and don't see any troopers, we could haul something like that home. All right, take your guesses. It fits on the trailer. We bought the hats, and now we get to load it. Bought the hat, and this come for free then. Well, there it is. Got the big strap on across the front, and then a couple smaller, lighter ones, but she ain't going anywhere. But a Z930R and a 60-inch deck. Thing's gonna be a beast. We'll go over it better when we get back, but we're up in big country right up here. Flat country, big fields, big equipment. Holy smokes. You don't see many corn planters or bean planters like that. This place is full of huge, huge equipment and quad tracks and track machines and big combines, and wow, I'm in heaven. But I'm taking home a mower, but that's okay. Baby steps, it'll grow. Someday it might be a tractor. That is a pretty sweet setup right there, to have tracks on a planter. That might be nice someday. We got all that liquid, like they got that liquid. It's a 500-gallon tank they got there. We're at like 450, I think, on our tank. So that would be nice to have tracks, but they're spendy. That's pretty sharp. I should probably leave this parking lot before I try to dream of ways to spend more money. But this hat kind of makes me think that I'm like Chet and Doug Larson. They're always wearing their Kibble hats around. Well, we made it back here, and I'm just gonna leave it over here at my parents' on the flatbed. I need to cut a bigger door into my 10x16 garage shed, garden shed type thing. And we'll get it put over there then, but not mowing anytime soon, unfortunately. But it's a Z930R, 60-inch deck, 7-iron deck. I think it's a 25 horse Kawasaki engine on these things. The lift deck on one finger, emergency shut off on that one. Air ride, not air ride, but it's got the suspension seat that you set your weight underneath, and the adjustable deck, obviously. And yeah, I'm looking forward to using this thing. And added to the old John Deere fleet. Do have a John Deere snowblower at home, walk behind. Thought about getting a tractor with a blower in the front, but what they get for a front blower is insane. And my driveway is no longer than like 200 feet long, and it fans out to like a 3-stall width up by the house. I can usually get it blown in about 20 to 30 minutes of walking, so it's good as that. So yeah, if you want to see like a comparison video this spring, I'm probably going to leave this the 930 here and probably change oil just because they didn't have the maintenance records. I don't want to be sure just to not do any harm to it, but we can compare these two mowers. Very similar, just obviously different years and whatnot. So yeah, just let me know what you want to see. And but there she is in all its glory. I ended up driving like 3 hours one way. That's why it's dark out now and we're in the machine shed. That's probably not the best lighting, but it is what it is. I had a good deal, and it's a 2015 with 133 hours. So I thought that that was a pretty good deal because in my mind, it kind of showed me that it wasn't commercially used, and it was just only put on about 25 to 35 hours a year, if you do the math. So I thought it was a safe buy. It wasn't beat on. It looks really clean. There's not a lot of paint wear. You know, a lot of these mowers, you'll see them all, the paint will be rubbed off here because they're rubbing up against landscaping if they're getting commercially used. But this one, it was pretty obvious to tell that the guy cared for it, and I'm excited to be able to mow with it this year. A couple things I'm looking to maybe do is to put some sort of a striping kit, or I might I'm leaning towards a striping roller where they mount onto that bracket right there, and it would be like a roller the width of the wheels to help stripe the lawn a little better. I don't know if I will do that or not. And then I'm either gonna sharpen or just get new blades and just start new. We'll see how it cuts. It might be okay. I might just try to sharpen them, but we'll see. That would be another one of the maybes. But all in all, really clean mower. It was in the wash bay at Kibble today, but the parking lot, it's just been so warm out lately and the sun was intense. A little muddy in the parking lot, but they got it all washed up for me, and we drove it back, and yeah, we're gonna get her all mowing here. But I'm excited. I like this weight bracket that it's got on the back here. That'll be nice. Our 520, sometimes it would lose it in the hills. It would slide a little bit, so this should help. I originally called on one that had wheels, but it's like, if you want to add them to more, I think it's like $1,100. If you buy it factory, it's a little less if you don't get these, but I don't have a lot of hills. I only have the road ditch, so the little bit I have, that's going to be pretty sweet too. So I'm looking to see how that makes a difference. This little flashlight is actually pretty handy to have. I'm going to start carrying it on the farm, I think. It'll be handy. The suspension seat, I'm excited to use that. And the adjustable seat. Things I noticed just driving it a little bit at the dealer, and maybe it's just because the 520 is worn out or not. It has about 530 hours on it right now. The brake pedal, when I released it, didn't kick me back. It kind of gradually came out. The other one, it kind of pushes you off of it, the 520. And when I raised and lowered the deck via the remote, the button, it seemed to dampen itself where the 520 just kind of drops. And that could be too, that it's just worn out. I don't know if they were designed that way or if that's a new feature. I don't know. I'm going to throw this clip in there too, in case anyone caught it. Yes, I do have it blocked up. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But just in case we end up moving the trailer with the skid loader, I didn't want this thing rolling around. I released the parking brake, and I just don't think it's, I don't know. I like to leave that released in the winter when you're not going to use it for long periods of time. So that's why that's blocked up, just in case we forget and start moving it. And it rolled slightly when I pushed against it without it on, but obviously the hydraulics should hold it a little bit, but just a little precaution. But here's the blower we got. It's a Deere 1130 SE, 30-inch cut, 11 horse motor. I need to put new skids on it, or flip them at least. And the guy that had it before me did an okay job. He didn't sand it off, so I want to paint it up a little better this summer. But that's the blower I got. So every John Deere purchase is getting bigger. So with any luck, we went from a snowblower to a lawnmower, and who knows, maybe the next purchase will be a tractor. And then there'll also just be the old back to the farming videos. I don't know of much differences we're gonna do this year. Just regular maintenance, getting everything out and looked over and fixed up, and then get into the field as soon as we can. Hopefully it's an early fall, or early spring rather, like the groundhog said. So I'll be excited to see that. And we'll see what spring brings us. But just thought I'd give everyone an update. Like I say, I appreciate everyone sticking with us. It's been hectic. I've been meaning to do a video. I do read the comments. And if you could give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already, there's a lot of good stuff coming this spring. So with that, you guys have a good one. Be safe as always, and we'll check you later.